Welcome back to Uncharted Odyssey. This week marks the start of a whole new chapter. I'm leaving my life here in Canada to head to the Caribbean to work in coral reef restoration for a company called Coral Vita. It's been a long road, but I'm grateful to spend this last day with my family, especially my new nephew Jack, who just came into the world. And I'm so grateful for how close of a family that I have, and to have their support in this next big adventure means the world to me. So I can't wait to get out there and get started.
Whew. Early start, 3 a.m. in the morning, flying out at 6. So just waiting on an Uber and head to the airport. Fly to Miami, and then tomorrow off to Freeport. So it's real, it's happening, it's right now. Let's do it. Bahamas, here we come. Just got to the airport. Made some pretty good time. It's been a long time since I've been down at the international terminal. It feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Well, we've made it to Miami, and it's been a long day, kind of going on hour 14 here, and this was always going to be the grind. One thing about going to one of those not so typical destinations is sometimes you get some not so typical flights, and a 15-hour layover here in Miami, which is less than ideal.
Spending the night in the airport is never fun, but it's what you gotta do. So just gonna gut it out and keep moving forward. Well, spent last night in the airport. Long layovers are just a reality when you're trying to go somewhere that's not a typical tourist route, but glad to have that behind me. And in a few hours I'll be boarding a plane to make my final jaunt to Freeport, Grand Bahama. And looking forward to having some Caribbean sand underneath my feet. I'm meeting up with Sam, who's going to be a future coworker of mine. Sam was nice enough to offer his place for me to stay, so looking forward to getting to know the guy and getting this whole adventure started.
Well, we're here. We've made it to the Bahamas, and it is beautiful. It's quite the change of pace from Canada to be surrounded by palm trees and tropical birds and just this crystal clear water. It's definitely a trip, but just been embracing it and, just trying to enjoy my time here. And who knows where this journey is going to go, but for the meantime, I'm just going to keep working hard and try to learn as much as possible. Coral Vita has been a really cool operation to kind of get to know and to see what they're doing. It's some pretty high-end stuff. Growing coral is not an easy thing to do, and to see people approach it with such passion and clear love for what they're doing and trying to make a difference in the world. So, it's an awesome operation to be a part of, and I look forward to, seeing where this all goes. So some of you might be wondering what it is I do here at Coral Vita, and I would describe myself as a equipment specialist and engineer.
For the past few days, I've been building prototypes and working with new equipment to try and find better ways of mapping coral reefs.
Taking off.
It really is an exciting time to be involved in ocean science, with new technology opening the door to a whole new way of looking at marine ecosystems. Having the opportunity to test tools like the UCO AUV by Seabear was just one learning opportunity after the next. This autonomous submarine has the ability to map massive areas of reef in a very short period of time. It's crazy to think where the future is headed. And needless to say, I've learned a ton during my time here at Coral Vita, but there's still one more thing I need to do before I go. Today I finally had a chance to go out and see one of the outplant sites where they're planting a lot of this coral that's growing at the farm. And it really kind of drove home what it is we're trying to do here. If you've never seen a healthy coral reef before, it's easy to fall into the trap of dropping into these waters and just being blown away by how beautiful this place is. But that's almost part of the problem, because the reality is when you haven't experienced what a healthy coral reef looks like, it's hard to understand how far they've declined. You know, the corals that are responsible for building these incredible places are really in dire straits, and there's no getting around that fact. You know, a lot of the signs now is society's kind of turned away from climate action, which has been hard to see for the last couple of years, especially since never have the effects of climate change been more acute. You know, when mankind wanted to go to the moon, JFK had this iconic saying, you know, we don't do these things because they're easy, we do them because they're hard. And we're gonna need a lot of that same energy if we're gonna pull these reefs out of the nosedive that they're in. Looking forward, it's been a great time to be here at Coral Vita. The month's just flying by, and we're starting to get towards the end of this big adventure. It feels weird to say that so quickly, but as the saying goes, time flies when you're having fun. So got a couple more days left, and gonna try and enjoy the rest of my time here, and we'll see how it goes.